going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday, y'all. We made it one more week, and I'm excited. Put your hands together because you're excited that you made it one more week for another episode of Poppy's Conversation Corner. I'm excited about this tonight. I have a phenomenal person. You don't see her right now, but you don't see her right now. She's not on the screen. She's phenomenal. She's great. She's traveled all over the world. She's been to Amsterdam. She's been to Belize. She's been to Sweden. She's been all of those places. She's spoken many different languages. She's like the end all be all of resource. If you needed like any resource, I'm telling you, from here to Jamaica, from Jamaica to Japan, this lady has the resource for you. I mean, she's the resource coordinator extraordinaire. I'm telling you, her name is Essie Birgans. She's French and she's here with me tonight. And I'm excited about it, y'all. I'm excited because she could have been doing anything. She could have been in the bed. She could have been drinking tea. She could have been resting hers, but she's here with me tonight and I'm excited about it. We're going to have some great conversation, but do me a favor, hit the like, share, and comment, y'all. Talk back to us. We want to have great conversation on tonight. If you need resources this holiday times, you need resources, you know someone who needs resources, tune in, share this video. You want this information because I'm telling you, this is the key. You don't see her, but this is the key. I'm telling you. She does all of my she gives me resources for the holidays. So I know where the food pantries are. I know if I need rental assistance. If I need, what else do we need? Anything we may be needing in this holiday season, you're gonna know. So I want to say let's bring her on, but she's already here, y'all. This is Essie Birgans.
Birthday.
Yes, Bergans. You got to get it right because when I said Bergans, she's Bergans. But she's here with us tonight. So how you doing? How you doing?
I am blessed in the Lord and highly favored.
Yes, I like highly flavored. You giving caramel. You giving caramel. You giving caramel. Yes, but so you're the resource coordinator extraordinaire. I gave you that title, but what do you consider yourself?
The director of New Prospects Village Well
Village Well.
Ministry.
And the Village Well Ministry is a
It is a resource program. We provide services to people who are losing their housing, people who need food or getting shut off notices. We help them. And then we have the Project Lift, which is a program that is designed to help people lift them up rather than give them a handout. Even though much of the time, most of the time, we have to give the handout in order to give the hand up.
I like that. We got to give a hand out in order to get a hand up.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. You came up with that? So that's something she would come up with. Well, this is not my night. Take two. This is an insider. Y'all, we're back. We're live to another episode of Poppy's Conversation Corner. I am so excited because tonight I traveled all over. We went to Japan, China. We went to Egypt. We was all over the world searching for this lady because that's how much she's always gone. She's in somebody else's country, finding resources, doing the job, putting her hand to the plow because that's who she is. And we want to introduce you to her tonight. If you don't know her, this is the lady that you need to know. Definitely during the holiday season because so much is needed, so much is required. But if you need a hand, I'm not even gonna say that. If you need a hand up, we can give you the handout. It's like I'm just playing no. But I have the resource coordinator extraordinaire with me tonight. Her name is Essie Birgans. She's French, oui, oui. And I'm excited that she took some time out of her busy schedule because she could have been doing anything. She could have been asleep, drinking tea, and on her couch watching old episodes of What's Happening Now. Is it What's Happening Now? Do you remember What's Happening Now? No, you're not supposed to talk to me right now. But she could have been doing anything in the whole wide world. But she took some time out to come talk with me on helping those find resources, getting back to the basics. Let's come together. This is the lady that you need to know. This is the person that you want to know. She has resources, she has tools. She's operating out of a phenomenal ministry, doing some phenomenal work here in the city of Cincinnati. And I want you to know this person. So, anyway, how y'all doing? Do me a favor, come on in the room. Do me a favor, come on in the room. Do me a favor, come on in the room. Like, share, and comment. Let's talk. Have this great conversation because you might not need these resources, but you may know somebody who does. So share this video. Let's talk. Talk back to us. Comment. But while you're sharing, I'm gonna get Miss Essie on so we can talk and have this great conversation. How you doing, Miss Essie?
I am blessed in the Lord and highly favored.
I told you you're highly flavored and you're caramel. Like I don't understand. You have to say blessed and highly flavored. Yes, you're flavored. Yes, in the Lord. She's seasoned, well seasoned too, and she can cook. So if you need a meal, she will cook you a meal. You'll cook about anybody a meal, won't you? She will. That's why I gained 60 pounds when I worked for this church because of her. But no, how you doing? Like your week going okay? I mean, we midweek, right?
Week is going great, busy,
Busy.
but great.
So,
Mhm.
what do you do? Because I kind of amped you up, but what's your title? Like, what do you go about?
I am the director of the Village Well, which is a program ministry of New Prospect Baptist Church.
Oh, okay. That's a great ministry, by the way. Just shameless plug. But anywho, so you operate as the director of I almost say community engagement, but of Village Well, which is a ministry that does what?
We provide, we work with the church in distributing the benevolence funds to help people to prevent eviction,
Okay.
to prevent shut-offs of utilities, and we will help them to we have a pantry and we give them food.
Okay. Okay. Now there is because you left this part out, which I really like this one. There's an initiative that you have called Project
Lift.
Yes. Now, what is that?
Project Lift is a program that is funded through the United Way. And what we do is we help people to get a hand up
Mhm.
rather than a handout, even though we often have to give the hand out in order to give the hand up. And that program, there's really not a set policy on how we can help a person. As criteria for the program are that that person be employed,
Mhm.
have meets the income criteria, have children under 18, and they have all the documents that we need. Um, and then we can go from there.
And that's like so with the Project Lift. So I'm dealing with financial issues, and I wasn't able to make my rent on time. So instead of me getting that eviction notice, I can come to you, and we prefer you to come to us before the eviction notice, right? Or do you have to have the eviction notice?
We will have to have the eviction.
Eviction notice. Okay.
However, what I've found is that people we're so accustomed to waiting until the last minute. And what happens then is that um, we either can't get to you or we're rushing trying to get things done for you. But everybody needs to realize that we have other participants and we have to give everybody quality time.
Yes.
And by the time you get an eviction notice, you already know you don't have the money to pay the rent.
Mm.
There is no shame in asking and not needing.
Mm-hmm.
You can say, "Oh, thank you, but I don't need."
Mm.
Um, but and that puts us through no strain.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wait until the last minute,
Then it's
it puts a stress on our staff.
So, like with that though, so because that kind of goes into this first question. So, what basic practices can help people stay grounded? Because I think that's another thing. Like, it's you a lot of pride and stuff like comes into play. So that's why they probably waiting. But when life feels heavy, when life is burdensome, like what some basic like things that people can do to practice to stay grounded?
Well, I think that planning and communication
Mm.
are key. If you know that you are not going to have the money to pay the bill
Mhm.
or to pay your rent, then start planning then.
Mm.
What am I going to do? Okay, I can go ask for the help,
Mhm.
and if something happens and you don't, and you get the help without coming to for the resources, then you can say, "Well, thank you. I already I got it, and maybe the next time." But once plan also includes us trying to help you to get to a place where you don't need to come
Mhm.
and ask for a handout.
So, but so with that though, because again, so I know like it's a lot to put yourself out there. Like in life, I'm sure at some point when you had to ask for some help. I know at my
Yes.
age, I've had to ask for help. But so we're going out here to these community resource banks, and we're asking for help, and you have to be humble during that time because I have to ask you. I have a need, and you have the resource. But like, what type of atmosphere, which I know you personally, so but what type of atmosphere are you setting to make me feel comfortable as the person in need, to not feel judged, not feel, you know what I mean? Like, because it's a scary thing to come into a place I don't know you, you don't know me, and then are you going to talk about me when I leave? You know what I mean? Like, so what type of setting are you creating for me to come in here and feel comfortable to ask?
Well, when a person comes into my office and they have a need, first thing I want to do is try to communicate with you to make you feel like the person that you are.
Mm.
I want you to understand that you can say anything to me,
Mhm.
and I am trying to help you to get beyond where you are now. And so you will not hear from anyone else anything that you say to me.
Because I mean that's definitely important, and like for people to feel comfortable to
Mhm.
because it's already a thing of me feeling uncomfortable coming in and then not knowing that like this may be a judgmental thing, and it sometimes it don't make it mean anything that you're coming to a church, like
Right.
it doesn't mean like there's judgmental people everywhere, but like so you creating this vibe of or the comfortability of you can come unburden yourself here and it stays here.
I find a couple of things. One, I find that people are reluctant to ask for help because they think that we need or want something from you. No, we don't want anything from you except to help us help you.
Mm.
If we ask you to do something, it's not for us, it's for you. Um, and so, um, like, I have a person who's looking for employment. Okay, I'm asking that person, you find where you need to go. Now she wants to get trained. Okay. We can help her pay for the training, but she needs to find where she wants to go to get the training. Um, and when I say we can help her pay for the training, that's what we mean. Um, if she can't, there's no way that she can uh, pay for the training. Uh, if she can come up with a part of it, and even if she can't, we can work around that.
So it's just basically when you come in, it's still some work that you have to do. So it's not just coming in again. You not just getting the hand out. We giving you the hand up. So there's some work that you have to do though.
Exactly,
In
exactly.
in this game.
And remember that the work that you're doing is not for me; it's for you.
Mm. So do you find it hard though, like because you've been doing this a long while? So have you found it hard, like for people to like be held accountable or to like when they're brought to the table and you saying like, well, I'm not asking for you anything, but I need you to do this. Like you like we need you to do this piece. Meet me halfway. Like, do you find resistance in that though?
Unfortunately, yes. And that is one of my biggest um, concerns is that once we give that person the help that they came in for, then we give them uh, a list of things that we need them to do to continue in the program. Um, and many of them we never hear from again.
So do you think it's like I mean because they gotten the help? She's also going to meet your needs if at all possible. Leroy, that's definitely the truth. She definitely will, and that's exactly what she's saying right now. The help is here, the resource is here. But what we're asking is, or what we're saying is that there's some work that has to be done too. So we have the resource, but we want you to meet us halfway. So what community resources do you see most people benefiting from during hard times?
Well, first of all, the resources there. Cincinnati is full of resources, and 211 is nationwide number.
Mm.
You can call anywhere that you live and ask for uh, services. They will ask you for your name, your phone number, and your zip code. And they will tell you what agency is the closest to you that can help you.
So like there is resources all over,
Yeah.
and during this time though, so because again like it's high time, this is like you got Thanksgiving, you got all these holidays coming up or whatnot. Do you like is it like overwhelming because I know today you said you were busy,
Yes.
so like is this your like high time, your high season, or
Y- yes, it is. And unfortunately, there's no SNAP right now, so people are desperate.
Mhm.
Um, and jobs are not as plentiful as the government wants us to think they are.
So then like but the resource is still here though, so
Yes.
there's aid, there's aid.
Yes.
And one resource that we know, because again, she said that there's many. You can call 211, but New Prospect, I'm sure, is one of those resources. If you're in
Yes.
45237
Yes.
zip code, I'm sure that we're one of those resources, or New Prospect is one of those resources.
Yes.
So with that though, so you're one of these resource banks, and you're getting a high influx of calls. Like, is there a cap? Like, how do you determine like I can't take anymore? Like, have you been to that point?
We haven't been to that point yet. Um, and we help this 37 zip code mostly.
Yes.
And our members,
Mhm.
the members of New Prospect. And no matter where they live.
Yeah.
Um, but there are guidelines to the programs, and one must live in Hamilton County.
Okay, okay. So Hamilton County, like as long as you're in the county, not 9 times out of 10, you can be in 45211. As long as you're in Hamilton County,
Yes.
we can help you.
Mhm.
Possibly, you just got to meet some guidelines.
Yes.
So that but okay, this off script because you have a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds coming in asking for some help. Have you ever been put in a situation that you've been uncomfortable in to like say no, like I couldn't, like I can't help you, but like not that you're scared because she ain't never scared. She ain't, there's one she a ride or die. She's not scared. But have you ever been in a like situation where it's like I like even though they don't meet the criteria, I just got to help this baby. Cause that's
Yes.
your heart anyway. That this like I ain't gonna even tell y'all what she be doing. She be doing she goes to the extreme to help somebody.
And
She does go to the extreme.
I have a staff that is awesome.
Mm,
There have been times that there are three of us, and there has been times that all three of us have come out of our own pocket to help.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I believe it because I've seen you. Um, like she's the and this kind of goes into the next question. You're the old school definition of go next door to get a cup of sugar. Borrow a bag of potatoes. You ain't borrowing that bag of potatoes. You getting that bag of potatoes. Like you're that person that you can knock on the door and she has the full 3-course meal and a whole thing of lemonade for you. She gonna make sure you're taken care of. This is that definition. I'm telling y'all. Like this is who it is. So how can families bring back tradition that helps build togetherness and resilience to get them through these hard times? Because that's what we need to get back to.
Well, I think one, communication. We, as I was growing up, we knew our neighbors. Um, Someone didn't live next door to you, you don't even know their name, like it is today.
Today, yeah.
And we used to help one another. I can remember uh, when I was a teenager, people used to have rent parties. And so uh, M- Miss Jones down the street is going to be evicted because she can't pay her rent. Well, she tells Miss Susie over here, and Miss Susie tells everybody else, and they have a party and they raise rent money.
That's a concept that does not exist anymore.
Exactly.
And it really goes into like because you don't know your neighbor, so
Exactly.
and you don't want your next door neighbor to know that you're about to be evicted because you don't want them in your business.
Right.
But how do you think we got here though? Like just in your opinion.
I I, I think that when I was growing up, people were uh, more willing to share, and there was it was a village. Um, I remember that if I if a child was misbehaving and a neighbor saw them, that neighbor would spank them if necessary.
Yeah.
And And then by the time they get home, mama already know, and mama will spank them again. Um, and now we're in a society whereas if you spank your child, you may go to jail.
That's it. Like it's a whole. We're in a different time. A different
Exactly.
time. A different time. And like it is kind of strange. I've been living in my area for a year, and I met one neighbor, and that's only because I feel like they want to make sure they know who lives right across the street from them. But like we don't live in that time now that we need to know. We want to know. You say you tend to your business, I tend to mine. Like we're not in that time where like I even care because that's the thing. I don't, like even if I knew you was getting evicted, I don't care enough to like help throw a party or try to get you resources to get your rent paid because we're in a selfish era.
We are, and I think everybody's not in the situation that they can help financially, but even a kind word.
Yeah.
Um, when it snows, I get stuck in my house, and after the fourth day, I need to get out.
Yeah.
And so what I do is go down to the grocery store and start messing with people. And I just walk over and say, "Oh, what time is dinner? I'm coming." And I always get a welcome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I mean, but like even with that type of personality, like that's like in today's society, that's like, who is she? Like, like it's far in between, like, and definitely in younger generations, like they find it like strange, like what you talking to me for?
Right.
Like, I don't know you. But we have to get back to that place. Like, and it takes individuals, one person at a time, to like bridge that back together.
I think that social media has a lot, and these phones, they have a lot to do with that. We're into the fantasy world as opposed to the real world.
Yeah. I mean, because in reality, if I can live in my fantasy world in my head, but that would be great versus the reality when you're looking at struggling and when you're looking at paying bills, or not even maybe struggling, maybe just working to pay bills and working to put food on the table, working to and maybe get a vacation every now and then, maybe. But like, so to live in this fantasy, like false reality, may be okay. But then when it comes to being social and when it comes to being relational, you kind of miss that mark because you're living in this false sense of reality just because the world it's hard. And I know, like, in different times, back then people was like, oh, it's hard now, but the difference was they came together. So you could bring the beans, she could bring the meat, she could bring the cornbread, and y'all put it together. Today is, I would rather starve than let you know that I need the help.
It's like you alluded to.
Yeah.
Um, I have people at my house often, very often, to sit down and have a conversation and eat. Uh, I found that there are a lot of young people who need some guidance. And so, um, and sitting down with a meal and a conversation, it makes people relax and willing to share. Um, it's really simple. It's really simple. When we need help, we really can't get it from this phone or what other device you're using. You can get it from people.
Yeah, I think that almost that's where that touch gets lost because we so used to picking up the phone, so used to going on the internet. It's easier to post on Facebook than to reach out and say. I mean, that people do it, but then I think it's because we're in that social media age. So if I post on Facebook, I need some help. Then people make a joke of it. They laugh. But not too many people far in between will say, "I got you."
Right.
But we kind of got to get back to that place. We need to get back to that place. Definitely as a people, no matter what your race, gender, whatever it is, like we have to get back to just helping people because that's what's gonna help us get through. Because it'll get harder before it gets better.
Yeah, and helping others is what gives us strength. Um, when we help others, now we can't be God either. And He told us to love one another as we love ourselves. Now, what I find in that is that we don't necessarily love
There you
ourselves.
are. That's all. Let's go. Like it's real easy to say,
Exactly.
love others as you love yourself, but a lot of people don't even know what that means to love themselves. I sat on a panel this past weekend, and one of the guys there was on. The topic was toxic masculinity, and one of the panelists said something about like No, because I said, no, it was me that said it. I said, I tell my brother I love him. Like, and one of my friends was there, Carlton. And I was like, Carlton, I love you, bro. And then one of the other panels was like, what is love? What is love? Like, I don't know what love is. Like, what is love? So then I had to go, biblically, like, love is an action, and then go to putting behind it, like it takes action to show love. Like it's easy for I love Miss Essie, but how do I show Miss Essie I love her? Like that's what it is. But we have to get back to that concept of like showing the love. Like, and if you don't know, it's action. Just put it behind it. Like I'm not gonna say, if you're hungry, call me. But then when you call,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, what do you want me to do? I'm hungry too. But I got some beans in the cabinet. I got some cornbread mix in there. Let's come on over. Let's make up something. You got to get back to that point.
We do. We do. Um, you know, we, I think that people of my generation, I'd love to see us come together and figure out how we're going to touch these young people. Um, my goal is to help people to get closer to the Lord, know whose they are, and then work on knowing who you are. Because once you know who you are, you can conquer the world. Yeah, I actually love that concept. So when you said that, an event came into my head, putting it together, because I love putting together events. But I thought about that because, like, now that you opened up the door, so I'm gonna walk through it. So like with your generation, because that was a to me in my head phenomenal generation. Like even with the struggles, even with what y'all had to deal with in times and stuff like that, which it wasn't like I mean too hard, but I mean you had it hard though. Like your parents probably had it harder than you, but then of course, but it's still like y'all dealt with it and y'all endured, but y'all came together. You knew how to come together. I didn't have to like you, but I loved you enough to be there for you. Like because y'all had problems, you had, but y'all came together when it was time. But then it was like generations after it just got lost. It got lost. Oh, Jessica said, great topic. We love you. And I think the reason that it got lost is that my generation didn't want to do things the way that my parents' generation did. Then my children are the children under that didn't want to do okay. And so it got down to the point where nobody's doing anything that's valuable. But see, I think that's only because that so yeah, of course that's where it can get lost. That's where it got lost. But we didn't value what mama was doing because we thought that she was doing too much or she ain't doing like it's easier ways to do that versus if we would have did it the way mama did it, things probably would have still been a little glued together versus it being so separate and divided and like there's no togetherness in this thing. Like this is you doing you and me doing me until I need a handout. And then that's when I want. And and we have traditions. We have traditions. Um, and we need to know where that tradition came from, how it got started, and what value does it have. And one of the stories I like to tell with that is that there were mother, grandmother, and granddaughter living in the same house. And grandmother cooked until her time was over. And then the daughter started cooking. And the when the mother's time was over, then the granddaughter started. Well, what happened was every Thanksgiving they would cook a ham and they cut the small end off the ham. And when it got to the granddaughter's turn, she asked, well, why? And mother said, I don't know. Let's ask grandma. So they asked grandma, and grandma said, the pan was too small. So they thought they had a tradition.
Tradition. That's funny. No, that's yeah, that's funny. But that the crazy thing is that we've had traditions though, like that,
Exactly.
and some of them got lost.
Mhm.
Because even with that though, like even if that was a tradition, Grandma didn't tell why we were doing that. She did. That was just the normal because she was raised on that, and it 9 times out of 10, most of it's just generational.
Right.
Like it was passed down, and then but at some point, the passed down thing got lost.
Right. And once they found out why they were doing it, they had a choice of doing it
Keep doing it or not.
or buying another pan.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because in reality, you could have just found another pan. Jen said she loved Miss Essie, so they're shouting you out. People saying they love you. So
Thank you.
yeah, she loves you too. That's what she's
I
supposed to say.
do.
I love you too. So yes. Hey Kay. She's out Kay is all the way in Chicago watching us. So we have people in Chicago watching you right now. So my Chicago family, this is the resource coordinator in Cincinnati, Ohio. She's the know all, end all, be all. You if you need anything, she's that person. She's really humble too. This lady is like I'm telling you, she's God sent, she's God fearing, and she's a servant. These hands have been put to the plow. Look, she probably like, get off my hands. But those hands go to the plow. She goes to work to help those find resources. So our encouragement is if you need something, say something. If you know somebody who needs something, say something. This isn't the only resource out here. So the Village Well at New Prospect Baptist Church isn't the only resource, but there's other resources. She said there's a number you can call. It's
211.
211. They'll find you wherever you are. You can be in Chicago and call 211. They'll find the resource in your area by your zip code, right?
Mm-hmm.
By your zip code, they'll find that resource for you. But don't sit quietly because it's too many people dying silently.
Exactly.
It is. It is like, and it's not always about the financial thing. Like it's like I just needed some food.
Loneliness.
Yeah, like or loneliness, like people dying alone. And
Mhm.
we don't want that to happen. Like, and I'm telling you this too. Cause this lady like to talk. So she's sitting quiet right here. You could call her and just talk. And I bet you she would talk you till you blue in the head face. Like she will. She likes to talk. So don't sit quietly. Don't like if you need something, say something. If you need companionship, offer her. Like this is what I got you. I have her for you. So do not sit in this holiday season without getting what you need. There's so many resources out there. Use them. Like pride comes before destruction or before the fall, and we don't want you to fall. So say something. Hey, Carrie and Miss Essie, she is definitely a blessing to people and the community. Yes, Kawanda said you're a blessing to the community, and she said something else too.
Is that
That's our Kawanda, yeah. That's she's ours. She belongs to us. She's a blessing to the people and the community, and she is just that. We love her, y'all. She has so many resources. But I'm gonna ask you one more question. But before we get off, I want you to put in your head. I always ask my guests to share some wisdom. This is a village right here. She has a well that never ran dry. But share some wisdom with us, like to help us get from today to next week. So put that. Start thinking about some a tip that you can leave with us.
well,
But I want you to wait. I'm gonna ask you one more question first. See, look, she be ready. She be ready. She be ready. So this one is: what advice would you give or share with someone who feels overwhelmed going into the holiday season? Some advice that you would give to someone.
reach out. Reach out to someone. Um, if there's no one, there are hotlines, and I can't get them to you now because I don't know how to get them right now. But there are places that you can go. We have here at New Prospect, we have a mental health program that can help. There are a wealth of resources in Cincinnati.
Yes. Well, one of them is Poppy's Therapeutic Corner. We're a mental health practice right here in Cincinnati. So if you need to talk to someone, we accept Medicaid, commercial insurance. We're out of pocket. call us. We'll make a way. Call us today if you need assistance, if you just need to talk to somebody. We have case management services too, community case management.
Right.
So what she's doing, we offer that as well. At Poppy's Therapeutic Corner, you can check our website out as well. But there's other resources. There's a lot of practices out there. Serenity Therapy Services, phenomenal lady Talisha Dorsey. Check her out. She's doing great work here. And there's so many other resources out there. You want to check those out, but don't sit quietly. Don't sit quietly. Don't. I'm saying it again. Don't sit quietly.
Mhm.
Do not. So, Miss Essie, before we get off of here, before I send you back home, and so you can go to bed, what wisdom would you share with us to help us get through this week?
You know, scriptures are my go-to.
Mhm.
I have two favorites. One is um, Mark 11, verses 22 through 26. Now, some Bibles do not have 26 in it, but I think that's the key to that scripture. Um, and Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. What that means to me is that before I make a decision to do anything, I need to consult the Lord and wait for him to tell me what I need to do and how I need to do it.
I love that. I love it. And she means that thing. And I'm going to end it right now because she'll keep talking. So I'm going to. That was a joke. I had to, but that's great stuff though, because you have to seek to find, knock, so that that door can be open. So that's good stuff right there. And she lives the life that she's talking about. So I believe it. I trust it. Thank you though so much for coming out and spending this time with me. This is Poppy's Conversation Corner. If you didn't know, we have this conversation every week with great people like her. Phenomenal people like her. 6:30. We're live having these conversations. Check us out. Check our website out again. Share this video. Comment. Like. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I never really get to say that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because these videos are stored there, so you can go back and watch these videos on these type of people, great people. That's what I mean. These type of great people who spend time with me, little old me, with Poppy's Conversation Corner. Y'all, I'll see y'all next week. Y'all be blessed, and Thanksgiving is on its way. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay! Get it out.